Welcome to Generational Differences with Beckham and Brett.
So is the ocean a soup?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yep, it's the world's dumpster. It's where we just throw all of our trash.
Oh, that's horrible.
Haven't you seen the Great Pacific Garbage Patch? Tell me I'm wrong. And
I
also, would you eat a soup that has garbage in it? Especially a
Mm.
garbage patch of that size.
The size of Texas?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the size of Texas.
I don't think I would want anything.
Okay, the ocean is not a soup. Fine.
I mean, some people like the smell of garbage. That's why there's stinky tofu. We're back for episode 13, and we've decided decided to do questions with Beckham again. I don't know if we'll make it to 20 today, but we are going to do questions with Beckham today. But we took last week off
Holy Week.
because it was Holy Week. We just didn't have a lot of time to record a show, and then the Pope passed away after Easter.
Yep.
Interesting. I read some stuff that he didn't, even though he wasn't feeling great, it sounded like he didn't want to miss Easter and go out and see everybody. So he uh probably probably strained himself or just held on till after Easter before passing away because he's been really sick for the last couple of months. So,
Oh.
mhm. Which, it's really sad that he's passed, but there's a ton of people out there, like even liberal folks who really like the work that he did with immigrants, the poor, and I think he also um really took issue with the rainforests and global warming, so and
Mm,
degradation of the rainforest, which is
good.
yeah. So he did some really cool stuff.
Sad that he's dead
Um,
now.
it is, but he was a really good pope. A lot of people really liked him. Yeah, but what's gonna be really interesting is, like, you'll get to we were talking about this earlier, is see the conclave and kinda experience how that works, so and how they choose a new pope, and I think I read or heard something where, um, you know, the previous pope, I think, put in 2/3 of the cardinals out there, so then
Oh,
and
yeah.
then of those cardinals, one of them will get picked, and I guess there's a bunch of front runners, but I don't know enough about any of them to speak to that intelligently. What about you?
That's good.
No
Uh,
opinion?
no opinion, really. It's sad that the Pope died, but mm.
I don't think there's really anything else we wanted. Was there something else we were gonna talk about? I don't think so. Alright.
Yeah, that was it, really.
You're just excited for The Last of Us?
Yeah, that's it, really. The Last of
All
Us.
the cordyceps?
I'm super into cordyceps, everybody who is watching this. I used to have this giant thing of like cordyceps. And for you people that don't know what cordyceps is a real type of fungus that has evolved to infect ants and tarantulas. And the fungus will take over it even after it dies and replace its flesh with its own flesh. And its one main goal is to infect others. With ants, it starts pillaring up and bites onto the nearest leaf, and then it sprouts a spore. Sprouts a mushroom that then sprinkles fungi spores everywhere. And then the ants catch that and start doing it. And start doing the same thing, infecting more of its kind, and it kind of is like a feedback loop cycle of that.
Very cool. So you're very excited for the new season. You're kind of
Yeah,
slowly working through the first season, right?
I'm at the 7th episode. Yeah.
Exciting stuff.
Yep.
Um, all right. We're gonna dive right into 20 questions.
Yay! Oh,
So quick, would you be a lion or a panda?
I'd be a lion. I
Why
think
lion?
they just snooze, but they have so much potential. They can run really fast, and they just are. they don't have many predators 'cause they're an apex predator. So I can live an entire life without problems.
Panda, you could just chill and eat bamboo.
Yeah, but pandas are endangered, and yet and even if there's laws against it, some people still hunt them. And I might be the one that's getting hunted.
People hunt lions, big game hunters hunt lions. It's like
The
what they
game
do.
hunters, yeah, but easily I can run away or hide if I'm just a smart lion.
Are you saying that pandas aren't smart?
No, also because of the killer wasps there, hornets.
Isn't that in Japan, not China?
No, it's an invasive species there too.
So a lion, you're sure about that?
Yeah.
All right. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Why?
Well, is it?
There was a moment of silence because I'm thinking. Um, Technically it's in the sandwich standards, but it kind of is its own class because they have different like types to it. Like it's an entirely different like food section. So no, I
How's
wouldn't
it?
classify
How's it an entirely different food section?
because a sandwich
Yes.
has to compose of two different slices of bread. Some hot dogs are just one slice of bread that just has a little thing in the middle.
Haven't you had an Italian sandwich or they just put it on a hoagie and they slice it down almost slice it all the way down the middle? That's a sandwich. That
Oh,
Italian meat.
but also, it's just one long hot dog and then mustard and ketchup. With normally with some sandwiches, you'd put on more stuff and not just condiments and one just giant
Doesn't
hot dog.
salami come in one long thing?
Yeah, but you cut it up and put it around, then you put lettuce, you put tomatoes, you put more stuff than just a hot dog.
Well, you put vegetables on a hot dog. You can put sauerkraut on it. Some people put lettuce on their hot dogs.
Please.
And so if you sliced up the dog into little dimes, would that make it a sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so slicing the meat makes it a sandwich?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I mean, a hot dog's kinda like almost like salami. It's like a big meat stick.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
You don't like that question?
Yeah.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
This is like the question in a Minecraft story mode of where it's a popular question in the show. Would you rather fight 100 chicken-sized zombies or 100 zombie-sized chickens? But anyways, I'd pick the horses that are as small as a what again?
The duck.
As a duck.
You
Yeah,
wouldn't want one horse-sized duck?
that's horrifying. Have you seen the duck inside of duck's mouth? They have teeth on their tongues.
Yeah,
That's
but
horrifying.
horses have teeth in their mouth too.
Yeah, but it doesn't have them on the tongues. And horses, I feel like I can kick.
They can kick you. That's
Yeah.
would come up and do, and it would hurt.
Yeah. Wait, I just have one thing. Do they keep all their strength even when they're smaller?
No, they would be like miniature goats,
So would they still pack the
but
same amount
faster.
of punch?
No, because 'cause they're muscle no.
Okay, then yeah, I'd pick the duck-sized horse.
You don't think you could take on a duck the size of a horse?
They're horrifying. They would be horrifying, imagine it. And plus their bills are hard, so that hurt.
Okay. What is your favorite line from any movie?
Line from any movie? That's a good one. Oh, I have a good one. Is he a hero? No, he's a legend. That's from a Minecraft movie.
What about a movie that didn't just come out?
Hard one.
You have like a bunch of favorite movies. You had Iron Giant. There's all sorts of Spider-Man movies out there.
Yeah.
The Wild Robot.
Yeah, but most
Is
of
there
their
anything that's stuck in your mind for years?
no.
Nothing. It's gotta be
Yeah.
something. I think you like You Are Who You Choose to Be, right?
Oh yeah, I love that one.
From Iron
Iron
Giant.
Giant.
That was one of your quotes.
You don't have to be a gun. You are who you choose to be. Yeah, I
Right.
think that one's the best one.
That's your favorite.
Bum, ba, ba, yeah. Bum, ba, 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 ba.
I used to have a bunch of Big
Moving.
Lebowski quotes from back in the day, but yeah. Okay. So how do you spell it? How do you spell okay? How do you spell it?
O-K-A-Y.
Oh, you know how,
O-K-A-Y.
you know how I spell it?
What?
O-A-K oak, and then you go dash, and then E-H. That's how the Can-
Okay.
that's how the Canadians spell it. You should know that. You're Canadian, sort of,
I'm French Canadian.
a little bit.
I'm half French
Okay.
Canadian. Again, moving on.
So, is soup something you eat or you drink?
It's partly what you eat, partly what you drink, because the soup base is water, but um in a soup you have to there's solid food. So I'd say both.
Both. No, you got to choose one.
Oh my gosh. Well then I'd say eat because at least the soup has like essence of food in there. So like as the base. But I'm gonna ask you one question.
Okay.
Is the ocean a soup?
But you didn't answer my question.
Okay, fine. I think you eat the soup.
But what if you drink it out of the bowl and you're not using a spoon?
It doesn't matter
Doesn't the bowl kind of turn into a cup at that point? It's like an
gosh.
oversized cup. So wouldn't you be drinking?
No, but here's the thing. There's still food essence in it. That's where it gets the flavor from food.
Can you drink out of your spoon? Or are you eating out of your spoon?
You're eating.
Are you sure? Are you
Yes.
confident in this?
Yes.
I don't know.
Please answer my question now. Is the ocean a soup or not?
I don't think you can drink salt water.
But
Full stop. No.
okay, I was gonna say this, but you need a soup base, so you add stuff like salt or vinegar stuff. It's just seawater, so technically you have to add vegetables. Oh, and also you can also add meat into soup. And guess what there's in an ocean? There's water, there is salt, which actually turns into sea salt, which you could put in your soup. So technically that counts. There are plants, there's sea plants, there are aquatic plants, and then there are fish and sharks and whales. So is the ocean a soup?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yep, it's the world's dumpster. It's where we just throw up our trash.
Oh, that's horrible.
Haven't you seen the Great Pacific Garbage Patch? Tell me I'm wrong. And
I
also, would you eat a soup that has garbage in it? Especially a garbage patch of that size.
the size of Texas?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the size of Texas.
I don't think I would want anything.
Okay, the ocean is not a soup. Fine.
I mean, some people like the smell of garbage. That's why there's stinky tofu. Would you
But
ever eat
like,
stinky tofu?
let's say that there were no humans on the planet and they've never touched it before.
Then who's
And
gonna
this
eat the soup? Because humans invented soup.
and there's this giant person, this giant human walks up to the planet.
Where would they come from? They would walk up to the planet. How do you walk up in space?
I guess through a spaceship you
I mean,
drive
they'd have to
through
be
it.
bigger than like Godzilla.
Of course they'd have
Or
to
what
be
was the
bigger.
space alien that Godzilla had to fight?
Ghidorah,
Yeah. So if you're Ghidorah,
but Ghidorah is the same size.
isn't Ghidorah bigger than Godzilla?
No, Ghidorah's the same size but has 3 heads.
What happens if you chop off one of his heads?
It grows back and multiplies.
So, isn't that just like a Hydra?
Times
Seems
3.
like a
Yeah,
ripoff of a
it
Hydra.
is. It is. It is. It's depicted off a Hydra.
How do you feel about them ripping off a Hydra?
I don't care because it was supposed to be a Hydra.
Was it?
Yeah.
So you still convinced that the ocean's a soup?
Yes.
Who's gonna drink the soup, though? We still haven't answered this question. One, you can't walk in space.
Okay, fine. You drive through a giant spaceship.
Does a spaceship have a straw, and what size is a straw?
It's very big, and there's a person inside that's very big
So
too.
wouldn't the Earth be more like a boba tea at that point if it's just gonna be a straw? I'm not sold on this, that it's a giant soup.
Okay, fine. The ocean is not a soup. Fine. You can say the ocean is not a soup, but I'm saying that it is.
Okay. Which Mario Kart character are you?
I am the skeleton Koopa. Yeah.
I think I was always Toad. Any reason that you're the skeleton Koopa?
I just want to be this. I just like being. I like. I can. I can get hurt, but I'll always come back. That's kind of my thing. But anyways,
What do you mean you always come back?
like the skeleton Koopa in the games, even if you hit them with a fireball, they'll turn into a pile of bones and refigure. But if somebody emotionally hurts me or physically, I always
How do
get
you
back up.
emotionally hurt somebody in Super Mario?
It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. What do you mean
It's a
it's a
metaphor.
How do you you like hurl insults at the you
Yeah.
hurl insults at the skeleton Koopa and it's like, oh, it falls down into a pile of bones, like, oh, you hurt my heart. This is untrue. Sticks and stones do break my bones. Well, what is it? No, words. Like, sticks and stones don't break their bones, but words will hurt them. I don't know how you emotionally hurt a. I've never heard of Mario like hurling insults at somebody.
You know how you do hurl mean stuff at them by
Uh,
doing the blue shell.
the blue shell. Yeah, the blue shell's awful.
You'll hurt anybody's feelings if you hurl that at them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was always Toad, but that was like from Super Nintendo days because Toad was one of the better.
Why was Toad better?
He was just fast. I don't know.
He
He
was
was fast. Bowser was always terrible.
he was
Like,
slow.
yeah, he was slow. I didn't ever see what the benefit of having Bowser was. Somebody probably get out here and tell me like why Bowser was awesome. Bowser was not awesome.
In your mind.
Yeah, I don't know out of all of them. It's so weird with the Super Nintendo because Toad was the fastest. It was like the most obscure character, and they like pick him to be the fastest character. Like
Well,
Mario and Luigi were okay, but they
he's a
weren't great.
small guy. He's a small little dude.
I don't know.
And so he goes fast.
Mm-hmm.
Still, the skeleton trooper is my guy.
The skeleton Koopa Troopa.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's your guy. Um. Okay. Serious question.
Okay. It's not gonna be serious.
What kind of a Barbie do you think you would be?
I told you it was it isn't. Well, of course I'm gonna be a Ken or an Alan. I'm gonna be one of them because I'm a boy. But which Barbie character am I?
Well, not everyone would choose. Not everyone who was born a male would choose to be a Ken.
Guess what?
What?
I'm not trans,
Okay.
but I'm okay with trans people. Don't get the wrong idea.
Okay.
But no, I'd definitely be a Ken. I think I'd just be the stereotypical Ken, really.
Okay. You know,
And but if
LeBron James just got a Barbie figure.
you're joking, right?
No? I think I saw something. Yeah. He's got his own Barbie figurine.
Mm, that pains me.
Paints you.
Yeah, it does.
What what Barbie thing do you wish you had?
What Barbie thing I wish I had?
Yeah, like in Barbie's, all the things she has.
In, like, the movie? And it's,
I
like,
mean,
actually it's
or
life size?
like the toys that you've played with. Like there's the Barbie RV, there's the Barbie cat, the
I
Barbie house.
definitely do the, Barbie RV.
You want a Barbie
Since I
RV.
always wanted to, have one and be in one,
Yeah.
at least I have one.
Would you want it to be pink like that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with it being
You want a
pink.
pink RV
Yeah.
with racing stripes?
Yeah. Okay what it looks like, I just wanna know what the inside is. I don't really care about anything else.
The inside would be pink too.
I'm okay with that. I really just care of how good it functions, like as a toy.
Oh, I mean, like this is a full size RV, like in the world.
Like a
Like
real
out of
oh.
like yeah, like life size thing. Because I'm trying to imagine you driving around town
Oh,
in a
then a
big.
rocket, the Barbie rocket that
Is there a
she
Barbie
has.
rocket?
Yeah, there is. Pull it up right now.
I'm not gonna pull it up right now. What color's the rocket?
The rocket's pink.
That would like offset Jeff Bezos's like what is it?
Oh
His
no, it's white
Blue
with pink
Origin. His Blue
stripes.
Origin. Huh?
No, I think it's white with pink stripes or
Oh
something. Or
god.
maybe it's pink with white stripes.
Somebody
Either
needs to
one.
do a pink rocket ship instead of the Blue Origin rocket ship.
That would be
Irony that he
great.
sent a bunch of women up in his Blue Origin rocket is kind
Horrible.
of terrible at the same time. How do you feel about Katy Perry going to space, Beckham? That's actually a really good question.
Who's Katy Perry?
Oh boy, that's really gonna hurt some women that are like in their 30s to like 40s right now. Like
Gosh. Okay, well, who is she? Because I probably just insulted a few
she
people.
was like a pretty famous singer from like uh the early 2000s to the 2000 teens, mid 2000 teens. She still puts out albums every once in a while.
So they sent her to space. Do you think she did a space album of where she recorded in space?
I can't remember if she has any space songs. She did a song about California girls, and then another one about a dark horse, which was really a weird video. Yeah, they were strange.
They should have sent the girl from that saying it's Friday up there.
You think so? Mm.
It's space, space. I'm dying from radiation up here.
Hey, that's a good segue into the next question. What's your go-to guilty pleasure song? I think I know the answer to this, but you go for it.
Okay, tub thumping.
No, well, that's not your guilty pleasure song.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Is that the song that you
Yeah.
listen to on repeat?
Yeah, it's tub thumping.
No, it's not.
It is. I sing It's Friday to make fun of her, but I don't watch it.
Pretty sure your guilty pleasure song is James Blunt 1973, right?
Yeah, it is. 1973, singing Here We Go Again. I will call you up every Saturday night, and we'll both stay up till the morning light, and we say, Here we go again. As the time goes by, I will always be in a club with you in 1973, singing Here we go again.
I think you're ready to join the choir at church.
No!
Um,
Mhm, mhm.
okay. What if you could do any track and field event, what would it be?
What's track and field?
You don't even know what track and field is?
What is track and field?
Oh my gosh. That's like where people run around the track or they do the pole vault or they do the high jump.
What's a pole vault?
That's the one that's where they like run really fast. They've got this really long pole and then they try to like fling themselves up over
Oh,
this.
long jump.
No, that's not the long jump.
I want to do the long jump to
Oh, that's
answer
what
your
you want to do.
question, but
The
the
long
pole
jump.
vault I can.
What about hurdles? Would you jump over hurdles?
What are hurdles?
They're the little they're the little bars that they put across to jump over.
No! No!
What about the steeplechase? Would you do the steeplechase?
What's a staple?
Steeplechase is where they put like one gigantic hurdle across the whole track, and then you almost run. Well, they put three gigantic hurdles across the whole track, and then they put one hurdle over on the side that there's a big pool of water that you have to jump over, and you have to run like almost 2 miles doing that.
Oh, no.
I I
No.
did that in college. It's kind of fun.
That's why all your cartilage is gone.
Out of my knee, probably.
Yeah.
No, I actually had pretty good water landings. And
Doesn't matter, you're still jumping and that's still doing stuff.
no, my water landings were pretty good.
Either way, when you're doing the hard jumps of where you're landing on hard stuff, that must not be good with the vibrations
Well,
in your
you
legs.
don't jump and land like both feet down and then start running again. Like you would get smoked by everybody. Not like I would jump up on top of the big hurdle thing because they're big. They weigh like 200 or 300 pounds. So if they're not like a hurdle that you would knock over and then you keep running. Like if you run into them, it'll like double you over and flip you over. There's actually people that like watch these steeplechases. It does. It's serious.
I meant like jump over.
Yeah.
Like
No,
jump,
you usually
jump,
put
and
one like you try to hurdle over them, and then or as you get later in the race, you just put one foot on top of it.
oh. I just could see somebody getting slammed by it.
We had this one guy that was terrible about jumping into the water, and he would get up on top of the because you're supposed to put one foot up on the I think it's called a horse. You put one foot up on the horse and you push off, and then you're supposed to land with one foot in the water. But he could never do it right, so he would get up on top of the horse and then jump and then splash like with both feet and then start running again. And most people would like come out of there and like the bottom half, like all their shorts would be a little bit wet and stuff like this. This guy would be completely soaked head to toe because he would like go and like jump almost in the deep end. Because at the deepest part, it's almost like a foot and a half deep of water. So then he would land in like a foot of water and like splash himself and everybody else, and then start running. I remember this one guy on our team, like we would be sitting there, we're trying to cheer everyone on, and every time that guy would land in the water hazard, they'd be like, "Oh, Rick, that was so ugly." Like, it's like all the people he's racing against all get splashed, and they're like, ah, because he would do this humongous splash that would get everybody wet, and he'd do
That's
that
good.
for 2 miles. It's almost a 2 mile race. It's like 200 meters short of 2 miles.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So imagine getting splashed again and again and again and again.
Yeah, 7 times, maybe 8 times. Like, I think he had the water hazard 8 times, so he just, like, land in the water hard, like yeah, exactly.
Man, his parents must be very proud of him. Wait, his name was Rick?
The guy, yeah, yeah. Okay, if money didn't matter, what job would you do?
Okay, that's a really good one. Well, if money don't matter, then I'd do a garbage man.
Be a garbage man?
Yeah.
Why?
Even though garbage man wouldn't really pay that much either. Garbage man, even if I don't get paid that much, even if money don't matter, I still get paid a lot. So, but garbage man is an easy job. You just pick up
Other
garbage.
You pick up other people's trash?
Yeah.
I think there's a hidden message there. You like cleaning up other people's trash?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I would work at a food bank.
You already do.
Volunteer sometimes at a food bank, but I mean, if I could do it as a full-time job, that's what I would do.
Okay. Okay, nice guy. Okay, nice guy.
And actually, I think people who work in garbage trucks get paid fairly well because
Yeah, that's what I was saying at
but
school one time,
but
and
that's what
it's
I'm
like,
saying, money doesn't matter, so it's something that you really love. Like, what you're telling me is that you love picking up other people's trash.
no, I'd be a microbiologist then.
You'd be a what?
Microbiologist.
Oh, okay. You'd be a microbiologist. So that's a good choice. Okay. Um, if you had to eat a crayon, which color would you choose?
Okay, I already eat crayons sometimes. So this is an
Gross. Why?
easy
Don't eat crayon.
easy question. Purple.
Purple. Why does purple taste better?
You know, funny enough, it doesn't stain your teeth as well, even though it's a dark color. And it blends in with your gums.
It sounds like you've actually researched this.
I've done it. It's called infield experience.
I was gonna say if I had to eat a crayon, I'd eat white for that exact reason, like because I can see it in my teeth.
Purple.
Okay. Next, next question.
I eat wax, basically.
What conspiracy theory do you low key believe?
Low key, what conspiracy theory that I believe?
Low key, what low key, not like full on buy into it.
I kind of low key believe that that Elon Musk is just trying to unite all of the Republicans and Democrats together.
You think that he's trying to get everyone to band together against him, and he's just being a jerk because to get everyone to come together?
Yeah.
That's your conspiracy theory?
Yeah. Is it a good one?
Oh, I don't even know that that's a conspiracy theory out there. Mine would be low key believe, like, that they could have some feasibility, would be that we
Don't
had,
say the Nazi based on the dark
a
side of the
Nazi base
moon.
on the moon. No, I don't believe that.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you.
yeah, no, that's, like, way out there crazy. No, mine would be that we did make contact with aliens at some point, and we decided not to.
You know, that's actually kind of feasible, funny
It is.
enough.
It would have huge
Pretty feasible.
implications, like, it would have huge implications on, like, how people would see the world and see the universe, and, yeah, I think there would
You know what's
be.
hilarious? I'm just gonna throw this out, but there are probably microorganisms on freaking asteroids, and we don't really see that. And we just think, oh yeah, there's nothing on that thing, but really there's like an entire like species of like microorganism on it, and we just never knew because we never took the time to actually look at it and see that it,
Yeah.
oh crap, there's actually a living being on it. Like we might actually like, but we never took the time to really think about it.
Who knows? Alright, we
Yep.
got time for one last question.
Okay.
This is the most important question,
Okay.
especially for you, even though I think I already know your answer.
Yeah.
Which Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man?
Okay.
Toby, Andrew, or Tom?
Oh, who's Toby again?
Tobey Maguire was the first Spider-Man,
Oh yeah.
and then
And Tom
Andrew
Holland.
Garfield was the
Oh,
second
Toby Maguire all the way.
he's your Spider-Man?
He is.
Why do you think he's better?
He at least has emotion. He isn't the superstar, but he's a pretty good actor, and he doesn't get much love for it, even though he's the best actor out there, basically. And I think it. And the best thing is that I found out that back then they didn't have CGI in this first Spider-Man movie. So when they did the shot of where like he uses his spider skills to catch all the food, he actually had to try that, and he actually did it. He actually accomplished that thing.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Imagine, you know that one scene? That's actually real. It just has one part slow mode and then it resumes.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Imagine.
so you think Toby's the best, huh? Even the
Toby's
third one where he was like a total like where where
jerkweed.
yeah, you liked him then that one too?
Oh, come on. That was a symbiote. You can't blame him for that. And that was supposed to be in his characteristics.
I don't know, I think Tom Holland has been a pretty good Spider-Man.
He's actually, I don't think, the best Spider Man.
You know? So if you had to rank them 1 through 3.
Yeah, no. Each Spider Man, Andrew Garfield is a pretty good Spider Man, actually, so I'd rank him up with Toby.
Yeah.
And Tom's in number 2.
So,
He's a good
so you think Andrew
actor, but he's
Garfield
a
is
bad.
just as good of a Spider-Man as Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, he has
Well,
characteristics.
what
He's
about?
funny.
Well, you got to pick 1, 2, and 3. That's the point of this. So, which one's the
Okay,
best? Toby was obviously the best. You were like,
okay.
no question.
If we're talking about all the stats and rankings,
Yes.
okay. Andrew's at number 3 for the characteristics in the end of how smart he is in the comics,
I'm
because
talking about the actor who like embodied Spider-Man. Like
embodied Spider-Man.
when you think which one of them like embodies what when you think of Spider-Man, who do you think of 1 through 3?
Andrew, I have to when I
I
think
thought you
about
said
it,
Tobey
it's
Maguire was
Andrew.
number 1.
I think he is a good character and he acts well, but here's the thing.
I'm gonna beg to differ with you on that. Tobey Maguire's always been your favorite.
He has been my favorite, but there's one thing. The Andrew is smart and he's a nerd. Now, Toby might be a nerd, but he didn't create his own web fluid, so we don't really get to see him smart out, which in the comics, he's a scientist, a freaking scientist. And what's in he in the in the show in the 3 Spider-Mans? He's just a news reporter and he never really becomes a scientist.
Mm,
So I
well,
really have to beg to differ.
okay.
Yes, Toby's a really good actor and he does make a good Spider-Man, but he isn't but he has one crude feature. He isn't a nerd.
Okay. Well, there you go. I think we'll leave it at that. And
Okay.
with that, I think that's all we're gonna have time for today. So
Yep.
not quite 20. Why don't you read us out?
Okay.
Today's show was produced by Beckham and Brett. You can find us on YouTube and Spotify. Please subscribe to the show anywhere you listen to podcasts. Reach out with any questions, comments, or potential topics. We will respond. Have a great week.